Hi guys, welcome back to the desktop. This is Freddy here with another retro RPG, the first for 2019, so Happy New Year. I hope it's a good one for yous. This week I would like to present this, the Serenity role-playing game. It came out in 2005. Why am I calling it 2005, not 2005? Gone mental. Oh well, here we go. Serenity role-playing game. Here's how it is. The Earth got used up, we found a new solar system and used terraforming technology to create hundreds of new Earths. Central planets formed the Alliance and decided that all worlds should unite under their rule. There was some disagreement on that point. After the war for unification, many independents, those who fought and lost, drifted to the edges of the system, far from Alliance control, out on the rim. People struggled to get by with most basic technologies. Out here, a ship will bring you work, a gun will help you keep it. A captain's goal is simple: find a crew, find a job, keep flying. The Serenity role-playing games lets you recreate the action of the verse. The unique and exciting science fiction setting created by writer-director Joss Whedon. Everything you need to get started is in this book. Add dice, friends, and your imagination. Fly a ship out into the black, take jobs as they come, and make sure you get paid. A self-contained role-playing game, all the rules provided for both players and games masters. Full character creation rules plus 15 sample characters, including the crew of Serenity. Complete details on spaceships, guns, and technology. Emphasis on story, action, character development with easy-to-learn rules. Game details, descriptions of the characters, and settings from the film. By Margaret Weiss Productions Limited. So a very reputable company from a very reputable writer. Now, you'll have noticed from that there's a total lack of any mention of Firefly. This is licensed from the movie and does not contain licensing from the series. So while we've got the operative in it, we do not have Badger or any other characters from the series. I'm kind of wondering whether I should detail what the series was. It's Space Cowboys in Space. Cowboys in Space? There was probably a duplicate space in there which wasn't needed at all. Anyway, it's Cowboys in Space. On the edges of the system where the independents live, people will use very low technologies. They'll ride horses. They'll herd cattle. The inner system's high-tech, sort of cyberpunk sci-fi worlds. In between, there's rattled-out old spaceships. It's been described as if a series was based on Han Solo. But we've now seen a Han Solo movie, so we can compare. Anyway, from that backdrop, it's a very nicely presented game. So, we come very quickly to the crew. So it's got background details on them, their stats. If I take a moment to go over the system, you take an attribute, you take a skill to do something, and you roll the dice. So, to dodge, he's got a D8 and a D6 from agility to dodge out of the way of stuff. So you'd roll those two dice against a target number. Athletics, for doing a backflip, it would be D6 plus D6. For doing something like rock climbing, it would probably be strength, so a D8 plus D6. So you can see it's a very flexible system where you can justify whether you're going to use different stats, vitality, strength, agility. Alertness, intelligence, willpower probably linked together in a similar way for more technical tasks. Are you watching a specific place? So it'd be perception plus intelligence, or just alertness plus perception. Trying to see how other ones would. There's probably willpower can connect to some of them. I can't see how you would do that. Forcing your will on someone, so willpower plus influence, but talking them around to something would be intelligence plus. Anyway, you roll the two dice against a target number. Ta-da. It's a pretty simplistic system. So we've got Zoe, Wash, Jane, Kaylee, Inara, Book, Simon, River. And that's us. And then we're on to sort of creating your characters. As I said, it's fairly simplistic. traits and skills. Just different skills you can have. What else have we got in here? Money and gear. So we should be coming onto some of the ships soon, which I think are probably the highlight. Hand-to-hand weapons. This is all fairly similar to every role-playing game of a science fiction setting. Robots. Boats and mules, which are the vehicles. So, come on. You got your ship traits as well. So we've got the first one, and this is what does it tell us? Aces and eights. Altaro, a Firefly transport. Escape pods. These are not what I was looking for. So a Bumblebee class. So they've kept the sort of naming similar. So you've got Fireflies, you've got Bumblebees. We've got the blueprints of the Serenity here. This is all very nice coffee table background information. Alliance patrol ships. What's this one? The El Dorado, so a big cruiser. It gives you a lot of background information from the movie. But it would have been nicer if you'd had the series in here as well. On that matter, the series... The license for this expired in 2011, or 2011, if I'm going to go back to the way I was giving dates before. Margaret Rice Productions ended up getting the license to Firefly a couple of years later, and as far as I know, that game's still in production, but I do not have it, so cannot comment. We've got a sample story there, some information on games mastering. What else we got? I believe we get towards the back. Some sample characters for a sample ship for your players to pick up. A brief guide to the verse. So some history of how people got there, how it terrified the system. The Unification War. Anglo-Sentinel Alliance. Why they use Chinese and English. Come on, we've got the list of the planets here. The Reavers. And then a sort of map of all the planets, all the terraformed planets in the system. And then we go through them. So Ariel, Bernadette, Londinium, Osiris, and through all the planets and onto the borders. And explaining how people kind of swear in Chinese and speak cussing. Like a true spacer. So, lots of terms which are used in the universe. It's a very nice book. It looks very, very nice. But it's dreadfully, dreadfully incomplete. I suppose at the time it was the best we could get, and we would have fleshed it in with resources off the internet. There were a couple of source books for it, which I do not have, and as I stated before, the game was replaced by the Firefly role-playing game, which uses an updated version of the system, which I understand is not compatible, which seems very odd. But that's it. Serenity, the role-playing game. I thought I'd keep on a trend after doing Firefly, Farscape last week. I am really stumbling over my words this week. I apologise. Anyway, Serenity role-playing game, a very cool book, a very simple system, worth a look if you're into Serenity and can pick up a copy. The Firefly one is probably far, far better because it's got a lot more background material to pull on rather than just one movie. It's got the 13 episodes of Firefly. I don't know if it features the film or whether it's just licensed on the series. As I said, do not have it, do not know about it. Anyway, thank you very, very much for watching as always. Have yourselves a spectacular 2019. Look after yourselves, and I will see you real soon now. Bye now.